Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we are going to do a friendship reading between Hoshi and Dino, and let's figure out how they get along, or like what's going on with them, and so on and so on. The first card is going to give us a general idea of the relationship. Now this one's RT leaf card, so I'm expecting for a bit more than one card to come up. We have funnel with period of frustration, lessons to be learned, and then we have horseshoe with good luck. That's an interesting way to start the reading. Now we're going to take out one card to represent each person. So one card to represent Hoshi in this relationship. You have the King of Cups. And then one card to represent Dino in this relationship. You have the Six of Pentacles reversed. Okay. So to start off the reading, seems like the type of relationship that Hoshi and Dino have is one that is filled with learning experiences, because the first card that we have right here had period of frustration, lessons to be learned. So this made me think of people that constantly clash against each other, or people that see things so differently and they have completely different points of view. That could be the point of frustration, you know, having people that see things so differently that they can learn from each other because of those differences that they have. So I do feel that in this case, since we have the horseshoe right next to it, it definitely feels like the type of dynamic that Hoshi and Dino have is one where they take their differences not as a point of anger or as a point of fighting, but more as a point of learning. They see the true nature of their differences as a way to continue growing, to continue developing, and to have new experiences in life. I don't think they see how... if they don't see something eye to eye, I don't think they use this as a way to fight each other. I think they see this as an opportunity to try to understand each other, and from there learn and grow from that as well. So I do feel that they probably have a pretty good dynamic, even if it's not necessarily smooth sailing per se. So let's see. Now the card that represents Hoshi in this one is the King of Cups. So this tells me that the one that brings all the emotions, the one that is aware of how they feel and how to work with that, is actually Hoshi. He's the one that seems to be a bit more mature, or is able to connect to his heart a bit better than Dino. It seems like in this case, the dynamic of having someone older and someone younger is kind of coming in with the cards as well, because the King of Cups is someone that's very mature, someone that knows how to work with their emotions, someone that is able to have a very relaxed and calm environment because they know how to work with their heart. In this case, it definitely feels like the King of Cups is someone that is pretty in tune, not only with their emotions, but also with their intuition. And in this case, it makes me feel like Hoshi is able to bring a little bit of heart into the relationship. He seems to be the one that is able to also bring a bit of wisdom and a bit more of understanding of the importance of feeling and the importance of emotions and how to work with that. Also, I want to mention this fish. There's this sense of intuition. I do feel that Hoshi does guide himself a lot with just feelings, and I don't necessarily talk about emotions, but I'm leaning more towards intuition, so something that feels right. I do feel that Hoshi sometimes goes with like something's missing, and that could be like the type of knowledge that he's bringing into the relationship. On the other hand, the card that represents Dino is the Six of Pentacles reversed. So usually upright, the Six of Pentacles could be talking about money coming in or money being given. It's someone that is very giving, someone that is trying to provide to other people, usually in the material sense. So it could be through money, it could be through material possessions, but it doesn't necessarily have to deal with that. It could just be with having good luck and good fortune. But with it being reversed, I do feel that in this case, Dino is not necessarily providing any new knowledge. I think he is the one just learning. So it kind of feels like we have a teacher and a student type of dynamic between Hoshi and Dino. So you have someone that is bringing all of these things that they can learn about, and then Dino is just the one that is kind of like learning from that. Seems like he's just receiving and receiving and receiving, because usually upright, the Six of Pentacles to me signifies someone when you have a relationship of equal give and take. But with it being reversed, I do feel that someone could be giving more than they're receiving, or vice versa. So in this case, I do feel that Hoshi could be providing all of this knowledge about how the heart works and knowledge and how emotions work, and the one that is receiving all of that knowledge is actually Dino. So I don't necessarily think it is a bad thing to not have an equal give and take, because I feel like the focus of their reading talks about knowledge, which, you know, they could give to each other in very different ways. It doesn't have to be through only knowledge, but in this case that seems to be the main focus of the reading. Now let's go through the next step. So how does Hoshi see Dino? A lot of cards came up, but I'm just going to take the ones that came facing up. We have the 9 of Cups, and then the 2 of Wands reverse. How does Dino see Hoshi? We have the King of Cups. That's amazing. That is actually very cool. So, to start off, so the way that Hoshi sees Dino, we have the 9 of Cups and the 2 of Wands. So the 9 of Cups talks about a wish come true, you know, a dream come true, something that is happy, something that fulfills him, something that satisfies him. So in a way, it feels like, also you see here, you have like a mother and a baby. So that makes me think that Hoshi sees Dino as someone that he treasures a lot, someone that he cares about a lot, and someone that he feels like he has to, I guess, not only take care of, but also make sure that they grow. I guess someone that he can nurture, if that makes sense. Someone that he can provide to, someone that he can give to. Because I'm thinking of that because we have like a mother and a baby right here. I'm assuming they're related. But yeah, the 9 of Cups is supposed to talk about emotional fulfillment. So that's why it's like a wish come true. So in this case, I do feel that Hoshi sees Dino as a very gifted person, or sees Dino as like Hoshi may see the relationship he has with Dino as something, as a dream come true, or something that makes him feel very lucky, which we kind of saw with the horseshoe and the good luck message underneath it. Now the other card that we have right here is the 2 of Wands reverse. So I do feel like the other thing that Hoshi sees in Dino is someone that can't seem to see beyond what they have. Now let me explain. So the 2 of Wands talks about someone that is so confident that they're able to see beyond the horizon, right? This is someone that is so confident in what they're doing and where they're at, that they can look ahead and look forward and start dreaming and thinking bigger and trying to work towards something different, work towards taking action, if that makes sense. It's someone that is so balanced that they're able to start looking outside of themselves because they are in a good place themselves. Usually the 2 of Wands shows someone that has like a world, they're holding like the world or something, and that's supposed to represent that they feel like they're on the top of the world, right? Like they are invincible, they can make anything happen. But with the 2 of Wands reverse, I kind of do feel that Hoshi also sees how Dino limits himself a lot, or maybe lacks the confidence to move forward, or Dino maybe puts a lot of what ifs and questions, a lot of like if he's on the right path, on the right track, or doing the right thing, taking the right actions, or if he's in the right state of mind to take action. So I do feel that Hoshi sees how Dino's so gifted and so lucky and doing well, but also he sees how Dino may not be able to see that side of himself. So I do feel that that's kind of like the main thing. If that's how Hoshi sees Dino, I guess it makes sense why Hoshi will play this King of Cups role and be kind of like, in a way, a nurture, like a very nurturing older figure to Dino. Now the other card that we have right here is the King of Cups. So the way that Dino sees Hoshi is the same card that represents Hoshi in this relationship with which is a King of Cups. So I already kind of talked about this. So the way that Dino sees Hoshi is as someone that is pretty mature, someone that knows how to work with their emotions, someone that knows how to even if they're very strong moving waves, they know how to work with it, they know how to calm down, they know how to work with their excitement, they know how to work with their happiness, with their sadness. I do feel that there's this sense of inspiration that kind of comes through with the King of Cups. So I do feel that Dino probably sees how Hoshi is very creative and is able to imagine everything and be able to work with how he feels and use a creative outlet to kind of put that out there into the world. So I do feel that there's this sense of admiration that Dino has for Hoshi. Now the next card that we have is how do Hoshi and Dino like to spend their time together. We have Angel with spiritual guidance, protection from harm. So it seems like I'm going to take out one more card to clarify that. What? So I'll take the bottom from here. We have parrot. Someone will gossip about all your secrets. So it seems like the main thing that they like to do is just talk to each other. I guess just have a nice talk. It seems like with the angel card and the gossip card, right? Okay, so we have angel and parrot. And the angel one talks about spiritual guidance, which I guess it could be, especially if Hoshi is like this king of cups, which cups also talks about spirituality, so maybe there's something going on there. But protection from harm, I do feel that the way that they like to spend their time together is just by talking, trying to stay informed about the people they're surrounded with, also trying to stay pretty open to how they feel. I feel that the main thing that I like to do is just talk and talk and talk and talk, especially because we have a parrot and that makes me think of just talking. Here we have someone will gossip about all your secrets, so I do feel that Hoshi could be a very open person, and maybe that allows Dino to open up as well and kind of talk about whatever issues they may have or whatever information they may have about other people. So I guess they love to just gossip. They love to just talk about others, or they love to just talk about their experiences. They just love to give information to each other about whatever it is that they know of, because I guess there's a sense of like they like to just talk things out to have some sort of like inner peace, or if not, to just vent about whatever issues they may have. So pretty straightforward in that sense. They just like to talk. So what does Hoshi like about Dino? We have the world reverse. What does Dino like about Hoshi? We have the 9 of Wands upright. So the thing that it makes sense actually. So the thing that Hoshi likes about Dino is the potential that Dino has. So with the world, there's this sense, this is Saturn energy, so it talks about limitations, restrictions. It talks about time, and also Saturn is a pretty tough teacher that teaches us those harsh lessons in life. But with it being reversed, the world is talking about maybe things not going as planned, maybe things are, if there's some plans or something, it's not time for them to give fruit, to work themselves out. Like there's, it's like there's something faded that is causing things to kind of stop. Like there's a reason why things are not moving or things are not going. Because the world also talks about fate. It talks about things being in harmony, things just working out. It talks about destiny and how things just have to happen and things are going, and just the world is moving how it's supposed to. But here we also see like it looks like a couple and seems like she's pregnant or something. So it makes me think of like an idea that it's about to be put out there into the world, that it's about to manifest. So some sort of manifestation. But with it being reversed, I do feel like this sense of potential. That was the first word that kind of came up when I saw this card. So it feels like Hoshi, what he likes about Dino is that he sees how Dino has a lot of potential. There's a lot of growth in him. There's still a lot of things that can be done. There's still a lot of things that can be explored, a lot of knowledge that has to be given. Because there's this strange thing. There's this very nurturing energy that's coming from Hoshi. It seems like he just wants to take care of Dino. Now, I don't know if that's just a type of dynamic that they have, or it's just because Dino's the youngest, and after so many years working together, that's just kind of how it happened. So yeah, there's this sense of like Hoshi feels like he has to take care of Dino and provide for him and somehow make sure that Dino grows up to be a good person or something along those lines. Seems like that's something that's always in the back of Hoshi's head, or maybe he has said it before, I'm not too sure. But with the world reverse, it definitely feels like there's some, like, what he likes about Dino is like that Dino is like an endless pit of potential. There's a lot of things that can still come out of Dino. Like there's still a lot of growth and a lot of improvements and a lot of good things that can still be put out there, or that Dino can put out there himself. Now the thing that Dino likes about Hoshi, we have the 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands talks about someone that has seen a lot of things. They could have been hurt, or they could when taking action, they have experienced a lot of things, and because of that, this person is kind of like a bit more defensive. It's has the guard up and all of that. So in a sense, I feel like the thing that Dino likes about Hoshi is that Hoshi's prepared. He has seen things, he has experienced things, he has taken action, and he has failed, and because of that he has learned. So I do feel that there's this sense of just Hoshi has experienced life in such a way that Dino really likes and admires the growth and development that Hoshi has gotten from it. I do feel that there's this sense of like Hoshi doesn't like allow those actions to tear him down, right? He picks himself back up and continues moving. Now, I do feel that with this Nine of Wands, there's a sense of strength, or a sense of like standing up, a powerful like standing up for yourself type of energy, that I do feel that in this sense is not someone that is afraid, is like hiding and afraid of moving forward. It feels more like an energy of someone that is ready to take action, someone that is ready to just move forward, someone that can be above the issues that they have experienced and is ready to just continue moving ahead. And never looking back in that sense, right? So I do feel that in this case, the thing that Dino really likes about Hoshi is just that Hoshi is someone that is able to learn from their mistakes, from their failures, and move on and continue, with their head held high and staying powerful and just moving forward. Now the next part is, what has Hoshi learned from Dino? 2 cards were going to come out, so I'll take both. We have the Nine of Swords and the Six of Swords. And what has Dino learned from Hoshi? We have the Moon reversed. Okay. So the thing that Hoshi has learned from Dino, with this Nine of Swords, there's this sense of being very stressed, very anxious, very nervous, someone that has nightmares, and someone that can't even sleep because of how mentally exhausted they are, how much they're overthinking so much that is affecting them a lot. And the Six of Swords talks about someone that leaves that behind and is moving towards something calmer, trying to relax, trying to find this balance where their mind can be in tranquility again. So I do feel that with these 2 cards put together, maybe through the talks that they have had, one of the things that Hoshi has learned is how to calm his mind, how to be more relaxed, how to be more centered, how to stop overthinking so much and try to move into like this peaceful mindset, trying to be a lot calmer, trying to like leave behind the thoughts that are too exhausting to think about, or try to in a way prioritize and manage his mind. So one of the ways that someone can accomplish this is through meditation, or is just trying to analyze why someone's overthinking, right? So I do feel that I don't really know how Hoshi has learned this from Dino, but he just learned how to not overthink, not be too nervous about those thoughts and those ideas, and just be a bit more relaxed and calm. On the other hand, the thing that Dino has learned from Hoshi is the Moon reverse. So they learn pretty similar things from each other, funnily enough, I guess because they're very different in a way, or they just have a relationship that is all about learning. So the Moon upright usually talks about someone that is confused, something that is mysterious. The Moon is not very clear because there's a lot of intuition that comes in. There's a lot of unknowns that start coming in as well, because the Moon talks about all of the occult. It talks about, it's the other side of the sun type of thing, so it's just usually the Moon is considered like the opposite of the sun sometimes. So in this case, with the Moon being reversed, I do feel that the thing that Dino has learned from Hoshi is a sense of clarity, how to do some shadow work in a way that will help him and heal him, right? So with all of this King of Cups energy, I'm not surprised that maybe Dino has learned from Hoshi how to like look within and look at his heart and kind of get some clarity from there, try to get some truths from there. Also, the Moon talks about mysteries and stuff like that. So with it in reverse, I do feel that it doesn't necessarily mean that the mystery of life is gone, or like the unknowns are all of a sudden answered. I just feel that Hoshi has taught Dino how to actually look within that unknown, look within those mysteries, and try to not feel overwhelmed by them, but just kind of take things one step at a time and venture into the unknown without being afraid or without being scared, and just kind of go through with it, right? Instead of being fearful and not taking action, it's like just take action and jump into the unknown and see where it gets you. So I do feel like that's the main thing that Dino has learned from Hoshi, how to not be afraid of the what ifs and just go for it and just experiencing life, which is, I believe, the thing that Dino really likes about Hoshi, someone that just kind of moves forward and gets things done. To wrap up this reading, let's figure out, why did Hoshi and Dino meet? So we have fair man, dealing or relationships with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair, which Hoshi has right now. Apparently not. But why do they meet? Like, we have kite with vacation. So I guess just to have fun, just to be free, just to enjoy life. Let me get one more. Well, I'll take the handshake because that was a card that was facing up. I'll put this one away. And then we have handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. So I do feel that the reason they met was just to have a connection where they can both have a good time. So it seems like it could be just to have fun. It could be like they met so like that they could have a moment of relaxation, a moment to just kind of calm down a bit from whatever they're constantly dealing with in life. It feels like they just met, like with this handshake and this fair man, it kind of makes me think that they could have had like a soul connection or a soul contract to meet in order to create this space where they could just have fun, to create this space where they can just relax and calm down a little bit, a place where they can unwind and vent and just talk about everything and allow themselves to just be free and continue learning from their experiences, but do it from a place where they can be calm, from a place where they can just again vent and feel protected and safe. So if that's the case, I do feel that will explain why Hoshi is like this very nurturing figure, and Dino could be just learning how to overcome his fears and push forward despite that. So yeah, with all of that said, I hope you guys like this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one, whenever that is, however that is. Love and healing from my part to you, and see you on the next one. Bye.